Hi guys, welcome to today's video. This is a special video because it's the 2022 watercolor favorites for the year. So I was a little bit hesitant to do this video again this year because the ones that I have done for the last 2 years, they're still my favorites. I still really love them. But what I did the other night was sit down and swatch out some colors to see if I had any different things that I could share this year, and to see what my favorites or things that I'd been using. So you can see that last year this was kind of the color palette, and I shared my top 5, and then I shared another video that had like quite a few different favorites. This is kind of my top, like my most used, so I have quite a few videos, all about these colours, about colours that I really enjoy, shops that I like to buy them from, and the different brands and all that. So there is a playlist for, swatches and favourite mixes, and there are whole playlists and all that, so you can find those on my channel as well. But today we're going to go into my favourite watercolours for 2022, so things that I have been using a lot recently, and I think probably most of these are ones that I have collected and found this year. And what was interesting is when I went to, so you'll be seeing this footage in a video, hopefully it'll be in the next video in 2 Saturdays. It's going to be the haul video, and I'm still working on that. I haven't had a chance this week to try and find that or anything, but if not, I'm gonna have to redo it. But that should be up in 2 weeks, and it was a very similar color palette for some of my favorite pastels as well, so which was quite interesting. So I've been drawn to this color palette in quite a few mediums this year, and what I really enjoy is looking into the kind of sectioning off a palette that you enjoy. So if you swatch out some of your favorite colors you've been using, and then kind of within that palette you can look for different little clusters of colors that work together. Yeah, and it's just a really enjoyable thing. And you can see like there's 3 kind of pinks there, very similar, but I really do enjoy all of those. So we'll get into all the swatching and everything. Okay, so a couple of these colours are from my own watercolours I've been making this year from those different collections. And this first one is Midnight at Sea. So this one is like a mix of the Artgraf, or like the Schmincke Charcoal, with the Wallace Seymour Shimmer and Glimmer. So you can also get that from another KWARTS. So I will link all these below as well. So this one here is another one. This is called Rembrandt's Easel. This is something like the Wallace Seymour Shimmer and Glimmer with the Schmincke Sepia red, something like that, or like a Van Dyke brown or something like that. This one here is from Kremer. So this one is their Iron Glimmer Violet. This is a really beautiful one. This is like the kind of violet earth that I use and I really enjoy on the channel quite a lot. I like this one because it is a full pan, and I go through quite a lot of this color, and some of the ones that I have that I can't get anymore, I don't want to kind of waste them till I'm ready to use them for something important. So this one here is one of mine again. This would be something like the Isaro Pink, or like a quin rose with the Daniel Smith hibiscus. So it has a little bit more texture in it than a regular quin rose, but there's not really a commercial you know, someone that offers that. So this one here is the Daniel Smith Indigo. I really love this deep inky blue. I think I gravitate to this more than like a regular ultramarine. But yeah, I always like to kind of have a variety of values. So I have like these darker colours and then these lighter colours, and I can mix those to sort of create more mid-tones. So this one here is a similar thing to like the mix of Daniel Smith's Sugilite and the Pearlescent White, but this is like a Côte d'Azur violet with a pearlescent white mica. Again, that was one of mine. Then this one here is the Kremer. This is the pink color. Again, this is a really beautiful color. It's very similar to like a potter's pink. It's just a beautiful one, and it re-wets really beautifully as well. I really love the Kremer colors. And this one is very, very similar to this next one, which is the Isaro Powder Pink. So this is just a muted, beautiful pink. It would be something like mixing the Isaro Pink or like a Quin Rose with a buff titanium. Yeah, just a really beautiful one. This one here is the Daniel Smith Lunar Violet. So I love this one. I love mixing it with like the Iron Glimmer, or like yeah, any of the kind of violet earth ones. I really like mixing it with the Daniel Smith Hematite Violet, and it creates kind of the perfect dusky shadow colour. So this is again one of my ones. This is actually jade mixed with a pearlescent pigment, but it's very similar to like the Davy's Grey that I'll swatch in a minute, mixed with a pearlescent Daniel Smith Pearlescent White. And then this one is the Isaro Buff Titanium. So I've been really enjoying her colours this year, and particularly the three that I've swatched there. And then this one here is this one is the KWARTS, I think. So she wrote Sap Green. This was actually a sample, but I can't find that in her shop. It may be like the yellow green, I'm not sure, but it's just a really gorgeous sheer kind of green gold. And then this one is the this is the Schmincke Ice Blue. So this was a limited edition colour they brought out this year, but I hope they keep it because it's a really, really gorgeous one. This one again is one of mine, and this was a really hard one to find the pigment. It looks a little bit blue on camera, but it's like a mint green, and it would be something like mixing a phthalo green or a chrome oxide green, or like a darker green with just a lot of white. Again, like the pigment that I used isn't commercially sort of available. And then this one is the Davy's Grey. So this is like a really beautiful kind of sage green from Winsor and Newton. This one I really enjoy, and I have a whole video about how I kind of have used it in underpaintings, and just the really luminous quality that it brings to the paintings. It's really beautiful. So this one here, so yeah, so that's just the buff titanium, but you can see I have a little guest at the minute. So this is, let's see, so what I'm just doing on the side of the kind of page, the pages here, is I have just kind of sectioned that off with a little, the flourishes, kind of the way that I create the flourishes, and I have videos about that, and I have printables in the shop which are actually, so for the next couple of months I'll be putting them on sale here and there for the holidays. And yeah, so I've just kind of sectioned this off, and I am painting little different parts from the nature. So you can see, like here, I have been editing the nature vlog kind of video, so I will put that one up today, later on today as well. I've still got a few things left to do for that, but I have just been really enjoying this kind of, so a lot of this footage was taken last year, and then I just haven't had a chance, so I'm kind of putting it out this year. But I've just been going through and picking like different little areas and different things, and just kind of looking at that and So I'm kind of painting some things from the side, so you can see like on this one I'm kind of taking those branches and the placement and kind of placing those across the page, and then I'll just let you watch this. I'm really having a little play with these colours and with just really being inspired by the lush foliage of this nature vlog, and yeah, just kind of just having a little paint. So this was kind of like an exploration in colour mixing and just shapes, and kind of just a kaleidoscope of emotion, I guess, like just different trying to explore like how to add all those things onto a page, and yeah, just enjoying the colours. So you can see like I've put kind of down one layer, and then I'm going over the top and sort of glazing little details here and there. So yeah, this is definitely something that I would encourage, not only like enjoying the colours that I've swatched here and maybe looking at those, but also just looking in your collection for colours that you have really enjoyed using this year and creating some mixes from those. I always have pages in my sketchbooks that I keep like my favourite mixes. Sometimes it'll be like in the month. Sometimes it'll just be like a random one here or there, and I do like to do an overview for the year of favorite mixes, because often like you will forget, like as the years go by, things that you really enjoyed. So yeah, you can see like you can see here, like I've got that's a color wheel for pencils that I was using maybe a year or two ago, and it's again a similar kind of color palette, but the colors here that I have swatched today are kind of all the ones that I have in the plein air palette that I recently created and swatched. So you can see them in more detail in that video as well. It should be just one of the recent ones. And so other than that, I'm just going to show you a little flip through of a new sketchbook. So this again will be in the haul video. The Royal Talons line is very popular. It's also really affordable. So I saw this mint green one, and again, like it comes off a little bit like of an aqua here, but it's definitely mint green in real life. And so I just wanted to try this out. And I'm using the FW Shimmering Green ink with my dip pen, and I just actually drew this frame on the front here. So I didn't sketch it first or anything, because I'm pretty familiar with like what I wanted to do, but I do have videos about how I create these emblems, and also printables for them. And yeah, so I just kind of freehanded that on the front, and I think I always have been really enjoying adding something on the front of the sketchbooks, and I do have a few videos about that as well. So yeah, this is, yeah, you can see the art creations, and then this one has kind of a creamier paper that I'm like more cream colored that I'm actually used to. So it's interesting to kind of try out the different color base, and you can see like even with the more muted colors, it still has like warmer undertones. And yeah, so really interesting. I did actually write 2023 on the front, because I think I'll only get a few pages into this by the new year, and so I just think most of this sketchbook will be filled with 2023 sketches, so I just popped that on there. Yeah, this is the cloud. This is the if you watched my Rhinebeck video, I kind of show a cloud there. I've done like a few 4 or 5 different versions of it now, and just really enjoying using the pastels for that, which again, like the pastels will be in the next haul video. So one thing I'm doing is I am pressing the book closed. So instead of tipping off the pastel dust, I'm actually just pressing the book closed and leaving it in there. A lot of times I actually like to not tip off the pastel dust, but also like with my finger just kind of melt it back into the page and kind of create those layers and like the blends and things like that. And I also, when I was kind of drawing this rose very loosely, I really liked the idea of creating a painting with, or like an artwork with pastels and in this kind of raw form, and then actually having just a digital copy of it rather than yeah, anyway, I don't know. I think it's just something I might explore in the future. And you can see here there is another little version of this cloud with pencils. And yeah, this is a little bit of a sneak peek at the video coming out next in 2 Saturdays. So I will be trying to upload the nature one later on today. I've still got a couple of things finished. to finish, and then I will see you guys with the whole video hopefully in 2 weeks. So have a lovely time until then, and I will see you then. Bye.